Hello, Simsters, and happy Friday, and happy final day of year 53. For me, it feels like everything from year 50 on has just been one giant blur. Like, you could tell me we were on year 50 still, or also year 57, and I'd be like, sounds about right. In some ways, this year feels like the rest of them very, very fast, and in other ways, it's like, can this year end already? Like, week 15 took about 6 weeks, it felt like. Anyway, it's Steward's Cup night. The last night of the week of the Steward's Cup festival we had. I gotta say, I was doing pretty well until about an hour ago. My head started to hurt. My toes are cold. My throat, it hurts to swallow. I'm gonna go with that this is not like a real plague, that this is probably just, I'm tired of calling race calls plague. But we have 14 races tonight. And we're going to start out with the turf sprint as we always do, and we have a field of 11. Don't forget, the big information to keep in mind is that tomorrow the sim is going to go down for a little while in the afternoon, and we're going to launch Sim 8.0. Very important. So, on the rail, we have Nobody's Fool for Poke Buffalo. Cesar Reyes bred this 3-year-old son of See You Monday. 3 for 12 lifetime. Has been top 3 11 times? 9 times? I have no idea. I think it's 11. Off to a roaring start. Number 2 is Cross the Sound for Joe Shaw. 6-year-old gelded son of a Todd. 10 for 33 lifetime, coming off a 6th place finish in the Nakayama Sprinter Stakes. Number 3 is the Filly Swindler. This is the filly who had won 4 major stakes in a row and then came rolling to be second in the Chimborazo last out behind Thunder Horse, looking to defeat Thunder Horse today. Number 4, Look Forward for the 440 Racing Barn, a $4.2 million purchase by See You Monday out of See the Moon. Oh, I get it. Look Forward because C and C. Okay. 7 for 12 lifetime. Last year, this horse was third in the Stewards Cup Turf Dash. Number 5 is the Great Horse Thunder Horse. Joey DiPaolo owns this one, a son of Reckoner. He costs less than $1 million. He's earned back 8.2. He's won 14 of 16 starts. One of those losses was a third place effort in this race last year after winning the Chimborazo. He's a 2-time Chimborazo winner. He did win the Desert Turf Sprint. I remember an Edge question where I asked Joey DiPaolo, I was like, what do you think of Thunder Horse being one of the greatest turf sprinters of all time? And his answer was basically, well, he hasn't won the Pegasus, and he hasn't won the Desert Turf Sprint, and he hasn't won the Turf Cup, or the Stewards Cup. So he'd have to do that to be considered the greatest. And I felt like an idiot because I kind of just thought he'd won all those things when I asked that question. Well, this year he won the Pegasus, he won the Desert Turf Sprint, and he won the Chimborazo. If he can win this today, I think we can agree it's the greatest campaign by a turf sprinter of all time. Number 6 is Gentle Soul, a 4-year-old colt by Gentle Touch owned by Nikki Everdeen. Just under $1 million purchase, has won 10 of 17 lifetime, and has never been worse than second in 17 starts. Number 7, Song of My Dreams for Phil Hoflick. A 3-year-old son of Composer, 6 for 12 lifetime. This is a homebred coming off a win at the Kentucky Crown Turf Sprint. Number 8 is Enzo Ferrari. 9 for 19 for this 5-year-old gelded son of See You Monday. Gary Pratt owns. This guy was 9th in the Chimborazo, but had been coming off of 2 straight wins in Texas. Number 9, Scotty 2 Hottie for Danny Derby. 4-year-old son of See You Monday, 4 for 16 lifetime, was 5th in the Chimborazo. Number 10 is Remember Serenity for Joe Shaw. A 5-year-old mare by Koi Pond, only 2 for 28 lifetime. And rounding out the field is Boom Dynamite for Doug Como. If that horse wins, I'm going to make punnies about the race call and blowing up the turf sprint. It'll be like my favorite thing ever. 3 for 14 lifetime for the son of Maida Flint, and that's your field. I'm going to give you a full minute to bet because I'm turning off the pick 6, the pick 4, the daily double. Don't forget that those pay out today. So you're going to want to get your bets in. Field of 11 is circling behind the gate on this Friday night in Louisville where it has been raining all day. The turf course is soft. Betting pool is closed. They're in the gate. They're off. Remember, Serenity one step slow, but the rest were away well, and it is Thunder Horse who goes out between the two horses on either side of him with Gentle Soul on one side. Here's the Philly Swindler and then Song of My Dreams. Enzo Ferrari and Cross the Sound, Scotty Too Hottie, Remember Serenity, Boom Dynamite, Look Forward, and Nobody's Fool is at the back of the pack, and they're sweeping around the turn with 3 furlongs to go. It is Thunder Horse dueling with Swindler, and the pace is fast. Here's Gentle Soul up third, Song of My Dreams, Enzo Ferrari, and Cross the Sound. Remember Serenity, Scotty Too Hottie, Boom Dynamite, and they've got 3/16 to go. Thunder Horse trying to hold off Gentle Soul and Swindler, and these 3 are throwing it down. Enzo Ferrari, then Song of My Dreams, and Scotty Too Hottie. It is Thunder Horse, and he is rolling. He's a length clear now of Gentle Soul and Swindler. Enzo Ferrari fourth, but Thunder Horse, he's going to do it. He is one of the greatest of all time. Thunder Horse wins the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint over Gentle Soul, Swindler third, Enzo Ferrari, and Scotty Too Hottie. The official winner is Thunder Horse. He's a 4-year-old black colt by Reckoner out of On Pegasus Wings by Reach for the Moon. He was bred by the Steward and is owned by Joseph DePaulo. Steward breds did really badly yesterday, only 3 for 12. We've got 14 shots today to make it better, so now we're 1 for 1 so far. Next up is the Filly and Mare Dirt Mile. On the rail is number 1, The First Throne for Andrew James, a homebred by Dubai Touchdown. 5 for 9 lifetime. Last win was the Grade 3 Metropolitan Cup. Number 2, Inspired Courage for Matt Fellman, a $1.6 million daughter of Doctor Who. 13 for 18 lifetime, has earned 1.4 back coming off of 2 straight second place finishes. This filly was second in this race last year. Number 3 is No More Tears to Cry for Xander Zone, a $1.5 million daughter of Warpath. 10 for 19 lifetime, only worse than third once, coming off a win in the Layer Armor Down. Number 4 is Charlie. This is a daughter of Doctor Who, owned by Danny Derby. She is 5 for 9 lifetime. Last win was the Buffalo Joy, a listed stake 2-back. Third in the Stewards Cup last year. Number 5, Just One Girl. Mike Springer owns this steward bred by Justin Act, 8 for 9 lifetime with 1 nose loss in the Stewards Cup last year, looking for revenge on that now. Number 6 is Little White Lie. She is your Stewards Cup debutante winner from last year, the one that defeated Just One Girl. Xander Zone owns this $1.5 million purchase, 8 for 12 lifetime. This year is coming off of 3 straight wins. Number 7 is Little Moonlight. Eric Olson owns this girl who was riding a four-race win streak going into the Broken Hero, where she was third behind 2 of the rivals here today, 11 for 24. Number 8, Chrome White Socks for Xander Zone, $2.8 million purchase by California Chrome. Last out, she was 5th in the Grade 1 Marvel, but before that won the Grade 1 Elusive by Design. Rounding out the field, number 9 is Zendaya. This filly was 3rd in this race last year. Since then, she has won 3 of her 5 starts this year. 2nd in the Seattle Distaff behind Just One Girl, and then 2nd in the Palaces of Sand behind that rival as well. That is your field. 1 minute to go. It is post time. For the Filly and Mare Dirt Mile, we have a field of 9. Betting pool closes at $6,000. What? You're all fired. They're in the gate. They're off. Very bad start for Chrome White Socks. She goes down to her nose. Zendaya on the outside is gunned out, joined by Just One Girl between horses, then No More Tears to Cry. Inspired Courage and Little Moonlight, Chrome White Socks moves up between them, then the first throne. Little White Lie and Charlie's at the back of the pack. It is Just One Girl who leads them off the turn down the backstretch. She's a length clear to Zendaya, then comes Inspired Courage. Chrome White Socks with No More Tears to Cry right alongside. 3 back to Little Moonlight, then Little White Lie. Charlie sits 8th alongside the first throne at the back of the pack, and that's your field as they pass the half-mile pole. It's Just One Girl, and she leads by 2. Zendaya is second. 3 clear of Inspired Courage third. Then comes Chrome White Socks alongside. No More Tears to Cry. Little Moonlight now making up ground, and Little White Lie. It is Just One Girl leading by 2 into the stretch. Just One Girl is 2 lengths clear of Zendaya, Little Moonlight, and Inspired Courage, then Chrome White Socks, but Just One Girl never really threatened in the Stewards Cup Filly and Mare Dirt Mile. Just One Girl gonna win it clear. Zendaya second, 2 clear of Little Moonlight third, then Inspired Courage and Chrome White Socks. The official winner is Just One Girl. She's a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Justin Act out of Little Celebrities by Doctor Who. She was bred by the Steward and is owned by Mike Springer, who could have a massive night tonight with the favorite in the filly and mare turf. She is 9 for 10 lifetime. Next up, the filly and mare turf sprint. We have a field of 11. On the rail is See You Love for Ronnie D, a 4-year-old daughter of You Know Who. 8 for 16 lifetime with 5 second-place finishes, was third in the Chimborazo. Number 2 is See You Around for Glenn Larson, a $4.5 million daughter of Cracksman. 9 for 13 lifetime, though, coming off of 2 straight wins. This is a Stewards Cup winner from last year in the 2-year-old division. Number 3, In Perfect Harmony. Gigi Go Faster owns this one. 5 for 14 lifetime, coming off a win in the Emerald Isle. Number 4, Yet Another Monday for Laura Smith. $6.1 million purchase, 7 for 13 lifetime, is riding a... Nope, I lied. She was second in the Island Fashion by a head. Before that, had won 2 in a row. Number 5, See You Shining for Danny Derby, a homebred. 2 back, this one won the 4X Traders only. 5 for 10 lifetime. Number 6 is Found My Freedom. Carl Smythe owns this one, who was second last out in the pre-Longchamp. Number 7, Lord Bullet for Jamie Bates, a homebred by Lord Black, 7 for 13 lifetime, coming off of a third-place effort. Number 8, Miss Fresh Slate. Laura Smith wants to get one of these. This one was a 4-time winner earlier this year, 4th in this race last year. Number 9, Black Cat Omen for Tom Lynn. This is a 4-year-old daughter of Black Moon Omen, who is 14 for 18 lifetime. Number 10 is Dancin' Nancy. You may recall she was one of the great mares way back when she was a 2- and 3-year-old. Second in this race last year by a neck, looking for revenge today, but has not yet won this year. That's a lie. She won week 3. I can't read. It's hard. Number 11, rounding out the field, is Fight For Me for Rafa Usaz, a daughter of Ain't Beaten Yet. Last win was the Scandinavian Sprint in week 8. And that is your field for the filly and mare turf sprint. They're going to go 5 furlongs in 1 minute. It is post time for the filly and mare turf sprint. Betting pool at 17,000. We have a field of 11 set to go. They're off. Fight For Me was 1 step slow. In Perfect Harmony stumbled. Here is Dancin' Nancy from the outside. The old mare goes out to the lead, then joined by See You Shining, Black Cat Omen, and Yet Another Monday, See You Love, and Lord Bullet. Then comes See You Around. In Perfect Harmony, Found My Freedom, Miss Fresh Slate, and Fight for Me at the back of the pack. It is Dancin' Nancy leading them around the turn with 3 to go. See You Shining and Black Cat Omen, Yet Another Monday, and See You Love. 3 back to See You Around, Lord Bullet, In Perfect Harmony. They straighten down the stretch, and it's still Dancin' Nancy who leads ahead to See You Shining. These two clear of Black Cat Omen. That one coming on. Yet Another Monday and See You Love, then See You Around. It's Dancin' Nancy. She's all out. This would be a bit of an upset. See You Shining trying to get by her, though. Black Cat Omen and Yet Another Monday. It is Dancin' Nancy who holds on and gets the Stewards Cup Filly and Mare Turf Sprint over See You Shining. Black Cat Omen, Yet Another Monday, and See You Love. The official winner is Dancin' Nancy. She's a 5-year-old chestnut mare by See You Monday out of Is Like a Sponge by Reach for the Moon. Art Cage owns this. No, that's a lie. Man, guys, it's a rough Friday for me right now. Art Cage is the breeder, but Katie Stepanian owns her. 14 for 25 lifetime. You have to assume she'd be done now, right? Multiple grade 1 winner at 2, getting her second Stewards Cup. You would assume. That doesn't mean anything. You know what happens when you assume. Next up is the sprint. We have a field of 9. They're going 6 for $3 million. On the rail is Sireline. Brandon McKenzie is the owner of this son of Kinetic, who's coming off a win in the Grade 1 Canadian Sprint, 12 for 19. Number 2 is Primo Gold. Jennifer Klebesh is the... No, you cannot have an Oreo. I am shouting at you on the broadcast. Okay, number 2 is Primo Gold for Jennifer Klebesh. A 4-year-old son of Walk-Off Grand Slam out of the Nice Mare Gold Swept, 9 for 15 lifetime, a $1.1 million earner who won the Malibu Beach last year. Number 3, Tell Me Why. Chris Barber owns this one, a $3.2 million purchase by King of Stars, 9 for 12 lifetime. Last year, he won the Stewards Cup Juvenile Sprint. Number 4 is the other Chris Barber horse, and that is Steal a Glance. A 3-year-old son of One Look Back, 10 for 13 lifetime, never worse than second. One of those second place finishes with the 2-year-old sprint championship last year. Number 5 is Get Out. Xander Zone owns this $4 million purchase, who was 5th in this race last year. Earlier this year, he won the Grade 1 Crater and was 2nd in the Desert Golden Sprint, coming off a Grade 1 win in the Lost in the Fog. Number 6 is World Gone Mad. This is the horse I'm excited about as a stallion prospect, coming off 3 straight victories for Mike Larson, 15 for 25 lifetime. Number 7 is Just Courage. Danny Derby with a really good sprinter for once in his life, 16 for 18 lifetime. This guy was 2nd by a length and some last year in this race, looking for revenge today. Number 8 is He Sets Fires. Another from the Jennifer Klebesh barn. $1.2 million purchase, 13 for 19 lifetime, but hasn't won since week 10. Rounding out the field is number 9, Numeric, an 8-year-old gelding owned by Todd Weisnett, son of Walk-Off Grand Slam, who somehow has 8-year-olds. Don't tell me he's got older. This horse is an allowance winner 2 back, but also is a $25,000 claiming level winner earlier this year. That is your field for the Stewards Cup Sprint. 1 minute. It is post time for the sprint. Field of 9 in the gate, going 6 furlongs. And they're off. It was a great start. It's Just Courage who goes out to the lead and is all alone early. No one wants to go with him. Here's Tell Me Why, tucking back second, then World Gone Mad. Steal a glance between horses and Get Out. He sets fires in Numeric, then Primo Gold, and Sireline was taken back last for the run down the backstretch. It is Just Courage leading past the half-mile pole. He's two and some clear of Tell Me Why in second, then World Gone Mad. He sets fires and Get Out. Steal a glance alongside that one. Numeric three deep. It's Primo Gold, second last, then Sireline, and they straighten into the stretch with Just Courage. He's leading by 5 lengths, and they're going to have to catch him. It's Tell Me Why second, Get Out moving up into third, Steal a Glance. Here's Primo Gold coming on, Sireline from the back of the pack, but Just Courage has this race well in hand, and it's a bit of a procession for Just Courage. He's going to win by 3-ish. Get Out second, then Steal a Glance, Primo Gold, and Tell Me Why. The official winner is Just Courage. He's a 4-year-old bay colt by Just Happy out of Laney by Glance Sideways. He was bred by the Steward, drop it, and is owned by Danny Derby. He is now 17 for 19 lifetime, and his companion goat is named Coward. I love you all. Next up is the Filly and Mare Turf Mile. We have a field of 12. On the rail is... Oh, now what are you going to do? Yeah, you put your ball behind the DVDs. It's very dramatic. Hold on. I have to get it before he tears the whole entire entertainment center down. One moment. On the rail is Velvet Soft. I'm under the impression that this horse is for sale. I have offered an amount for this horse, and I've had multiple other people say that they've wanted to or have offered amounts for this horse. Um, so I don't know if Xander's going to own her for much longer. She's a daughter of Distant Dreams. She was third in this race last year. She's been known to beat the boys. 13 for 22 lifetime. She is very special. Number 2, Believe in Dreams for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, a homebred by Beauty Only. 9 for 15 lifetime. Had won 5 in a row, but was second last out behind Heartbeats Faster. Number 3 is Clever Girl. Jack Ball is the owner of this Louise Bayou bred, 4th in the Grade 1 Irish Matern last out. Number 4, What About Us? Sten Reno Hawkinson owns this one. A $3 million purchase by Red Ferns. 11 for 17 lifetime. Won a Grade 1 race. I think that's at... No, I don't know where it is. 3 back. Won a Grade 1 race. Number 5, Missandry for Glenn Larson. A homebred by Distant Dream. 5 for 10 lifetime coming off of a second place effort. Number 6 is Slay Girl Slay. A $500,000 purchase by Steel Slayer. Rochelle Zahasi owns this one. 7 for 10 lifetime. 10 for 7 would be impressive. Never been worse than second, coming off of 2 second place finishes. Number 7, The Dreams I Have. This is a daughter of Close to the Best, owned by Sten Reno Hawkinson. 8 for 9 lifetime. Only this horse won the Stewards Cup last year, and then the lone loss of her career was 2 weeks after that. Number 8, Stay Hidden. Glenn Larson owns this daughter of Program Highlights, 7 for 17 lifetime with 8 second place finishes. Number 9, Filled with Stars for Fanta Arcadia, a $4.2 million purchase coming off of 3 straight Grade 1 wins. Number 10, Shiitake, maybe? A daughter of Yoshida for Danny Derby, 5 for 10 lifetime, including the Grade 1 Japanese Mile. Number 11 is Send Her Horses. Tammy Stawicki owns this $3 million purchase, who is a Grade 3 winner last out and a Grade 1 winner earlier this year. Number 12, and rounding out your field, is Secret Endeavor for Rocky Ryaliza, a $5 million purchase, 8 for 11 lifetime. This filly was riding a 6-race win streak, looks like 7, and then finished 4th last out. That is your field. 30 seconds to post. That ridiculous dog just purposely put his ball behind the DVDs, so we will not be fixing that problem any longer. $14,000 in the pool for the Filly and Mare Turf Mile. They're in the gate. They're off. Very bad start for Filled with Stars. Believe in Dreams a step slow. It is Slay Girl Slay who bursts out to go to the front, and then joined by The Dreams I Have, Believe in Dreams After the Bad Break, and Filled with Stars. Misandry, then What About Us, Velvet Soft, Sender Horses, Secret Endeavor, Shiitake, Stay Hidden, and Clever Girl is at the back of the pack. So it is Slay Girl Slay leading them in a duel with The Dreams I Have outside her, Believe in Dreams and Filled with Stars, then Misandry and Velvet Soft. What About Us, Shiitake, Send Her Horses, Stay Hidden, Secret Endeavor, and then comes Clever Girl. So it is Slay Girl Slay leading them past the half-mile pole, half leg in front of The Dreams I Have. Then comes Believe in Dreams and Velvet Soft. What About Us and Filled with Stars. Sender Horses, Stay Hidden, and Secret Endeavor. They're running down the stretch. Slay Girl Slay has led every step of the way. Here comes Velvet Soft, and between them is What About Us, The Dreams I Have, Sender Horses, and Stay Hidden. Velvet Soft now takes over from Slay Girl Slay, trying to get away from What About Us, but What About Us battles back. What About Us and Velvet Soft, they're a length clear, and it's going to be a photo in the Filly and Mare Turf Mile. Slay Girl Slay third, The Dreams I Have, and Sender Horses. The official winner of the photo in a bit of an upset, What About Us? She's a 4-year-old chestnut filly by Red Ferns out of Dream Darkness by Dark Heart. She was bred by the Steward and is owned by Sten Reno Hawkinson, 12 for 18 lifetime. Next up is the Dirt Mile. We have a field of 9. This is a really cool field, and I like it a lot. On the rail, we have Colby, who is a 5-year-old son of Celatai for Dandy Derby. This horse has been awesome for forever, but he's still seeking a Stewards Cup actual dirt mile win. He was second 2 years ago. He was third last year. He is coming off a win in the Marvel Stakes. He's won that race 2 years in a row, 13 for 20 lifetime. For a dirt miler to earn $5 million is kind of a big deal. Number 2, Warlock and Goblin. The Nido LLC owns this 3-year-old son of Dragon and Pegasus, 9 for 11 lifetime with 2 second-place finishes. Number 3 is Not in the Cards. Doug Como owns this son of Consecration, 8 for 18 lifetime. This is a nice multiple grade 1 placed runner, but last victory was week 4. Number 4, Pete the Cat. Brian Levitt owns this son of Addicted to Chaos who has never run a mile, well, at least not since halfway through the 3-year-old season, I guess. I don't think he has. But this is one of those where I'm like, try things, try things. Okay, I don't know why I made myself sound like a witch. This damn Ghostwalker makes me bonkers because she has really good miler numbers. So sometimes I'm like, I should breed her to a miler, but she's got really good route numbers. So then I don't. It's very confusing. I didn't know Brian had this horse in this race, but I think it's cool. Good on you, Brian, for trying. This horse is a multiple graded stakes winner. He was third in the Midsummer Classic, beaten only a length last year. So if he can do well, that would be pretty cool. Number 5, Lost to the Dark for Xander Zone, a $2.7 million son of Dortmund. Last victory, though, was week 8 of last year. Number 6 is the defending champion, and that is Majingling. Steph Lonro owns this 5-year-old son of Celatai, 16 for 21 lifetime. This guy has won 6 of his last 7 starts. His lone loss in that time was in the Desert Mile behind Watch the Mirror. Number 7, World War Hero for the Nido LLC. A son of Warpath who is 9 for 11 lifetime was third in the Marvel Stakes. Number 8 is Chart the Map for Xander Zone, a 5-year-old by Cartographer, 7 for 27 coming off a win in the Louisiana Champions Classic. Rounding out the field is the 9-year-old Entire, and that is Watch the Mirror for Randall Johnson. He is your winner this year of the Desert Mile. Since then, though, he has not found the winner's circle. That is your field, 30 seconds to post. They are in the gate in the dirt mile. They're off. It was a very good start. Warlock and Goblin along the fence, then comes Lost to the Dark and Pete the Cat, Not in the Cards and World War Hero, then Colby. Majinga Lane, Chart the Map, and Watch the Mirror drops back last. That is your field with Lost to the Dark leading them into the backstretch. Warlock and Goblin second, then comes Pete the Cat alongside Colby. Not in the Cards going three wide, then World War Hero. Majinga Lane, Chart the Map, and Watch the Mirror. The fact that I was able to just extract a whole bunch of thread from my dog's mouth while doing this is pretty impressive. Passing the half-mile pole, and it is Pete the Cat who leads by a head now over Colby. Those two have passed Lost in the Dark and Warlock and Goblin. Then comes World War Hero. Majingalang gets going now. Chart the Map and Watch the Mirror from the back of the pack as they run down the stretch. Colby doing battle with Pete the Cat. World War Hero up third now. Majingalang trying to get past that one and Chart the Map, Warlock and Goblin, but it's Pete the Cat throwing it down with Colby. Colby and Pete the Cat, and now Pete the Cat is starting to edge away. Pete the Cat, he may have found a new home here because he is well clear in the dirt mile over Colby. World War Hero third, then Majingalang and Lost in the Dark. The official winner is Pete the Cat. He's a 4-year-old black colt by Addicted to Chaos out of Ghostwalker by Sword. He was bred by the Steward and is owned by Brian Levitt. 9 for 18 lifetime. So I totally thought that I was on the classic because Pete the Cat is a router. So when I saw Pete the Cat won, I was like, dude, that's the biggest upset in sim history. And then I was like, it's the dirt mile. I'm like, that's still pretty big for a different reason. Okay, next up we have the filly and mare turf. We have a field of 12. On the rail is Get Off My Cloud. I like that name a lot. Stormy Peak Homebred, who is 3 for 14 lifetime by I Am Right Here. Number 2 is La Forza for Carol Hansen. She is a daughter of Sydney and Moon of Atlantis, so that whole nice Queen of Atlantis, etc. and so forth family. 5 for 9 lifetime, lost to Fire to Look At earlier this year, but she's coming off a grade 1 win in France. Number 3 is Wild Racing Heart for Willie Carson, a 4-year-old daughter of Take Me Up, out of my favorite mare, Two-Tone Tiger. Well, my favorite turf mare anyway. 7 for 15 lifetime, this one was a grade 1 winner, 2 back. Number 4, Brian Levitt trying to make it 2 in a row with Minior. This is a daughter of Saxon Warrior who's 4 for 8 lifetime. She's lightly raced, but coming off of 2 straight graded stakes wins. Number 5 is Iceberg, the well-named Nina Olsen homebred who who is out of Titanic and by Summerland, who seems to be like the most forgotten turf route sire ever, Summerland. 5 for 7 lifetime, coming off of 3 straight wins. Number 6, Time Will Tell. Carolyn Eaton owns this $1 million purchase by Nick of Time. 9 for 14 lifetime, was second in the grade 1 Japanese Fall Marathon last out. Number 7 is Cursebreaker, one of the best fillies in training. Hey, don't unplug me. Not cool, man. This filly won the Louisville Bunbury earlier this year, 3rd in the London Derby against the boys, 2nd in the Irish Oaks by a neck. Since then, went to Canada to win a grade 1. Number 8 is the first of the Mike Springer runners, and that is You Should Be Here. This is a sister to La Forza, who's up in the race earlier, I think. But this one's by Kingdom of Rust, coming off of 3 straight wins, including the grade 1 Flower Pot, 11 for 18 lifetime. Number 9 is Life's Great Gift for Tim Matthews, a $1.4 million daughter of Movie Sign, 5 for 10 lifetime. Number 10 is Wind in the Desert for Laura Ferguson, an $11 million purchase, who was only 2 for 8 lifetime. That's painful, but she could fix that problem here. Number 11 is Summersational for Ryan Whitehead. This is a homebred by Summerland, who earlier this year won the grade 1 Beverly B. And rounding out the field is the big filly, and this is Fire to Look At. She's unbeaten in 8 starts for Mike Springer. This is a homebred. She won the Arc as a 3-year-old filly last out and is trying to do something no one has ever done, which is win the Arc and then come to win the Stewards Cup filly and mare turf 2 weeks later. That's your field, 30 seconds to post. They're in the gate for the Stewards Cup Filly and Mare Turf, and they're off. There she goes. From the outside, it is Fire to Look At, crossing in front of the field to take over the lead. Then comes her stablemate, it's You Should Be Here, who's going to prompt the pace early with La Forza on the rail. Then comes Get Off My Cloud, Cursebreaker, Wild Racing Heart, Iceberg, Time Will Tell, Minor, Summer Sensational, then Wind in the Desert, and Life's Great Gift. So it is Fire to Look At and You Should Be Here, the two stablemates, and they're going to throw it down early. The pace is fast with La Forza sitting third. They're 5 lengths clear of the rest. Get Off My Cloud, Cursebreaker, and Wild Racing Heart, then Iceberg, Time Will Tell, Summer Sensational, Minor, Wind in the Desert, and then Life's Great Gift is the trailers. They're running down the backstretch. It is You Should Be Here and Fire to Look At. La Forza on the inside. 5.5 back to Get Off My Cloud, then Cursebreaker. Wild Racing Heart, then Iceberg. Time Will Tell, Summer Sensational, Minor, Wind in the Desert, then Life's Great Gift. And it is La Forza who puts her head in front of Fire to Look At and You Should Be Here, rounding the turn with 3 to go. Cursebreaker now moving up between horses. Wild Racing Heart and Minor, Summer Sensational closing ground, then Get Off My Cloud and Iceberg. It is still a battle of 3 as they go swinging into the stretch. La Forza, You Should Be Here, and Fire to Look At, Summer Sensational, then Cursebreaker and Minor. It is You Should Be Here, La Forza. Fire to Look At is all out, and she needs to do a little bit better to get past them. La Forza and You Should Be Here, Fire to Look At, these 3 to the wire, and it's a very tight photo in the Filly and Mare Turf. Summer Sensational was 4th, Cursebreaker and Minor. The results of the photo are in. La Forza is your official winner in the Stewards Cup Filly and Mare Turf by a nose over You Should Be Here, who was a nose clear of Fire to Look At. Summer Sensational another length back 4th. La Forza is a 3-year-old black filly by Sydney out of Moon of Atlantis by Pride of Atlantis. Carol Hansen is the owner and breeder of this filly, who is now 6 for 10 lifetime. Moon of Atlantis, the dam of the top 2 runners. That's pretty special. Next up is the Filly and Mare Sprint. We have a field of 9. On the rail is Black Widow for Greg May, a homebred by Walk Off Grand Slam, 6 for 11 lifetime, coming off of a, well, whatever. She won this race for the 2-year-old one last year. That's most important. Number 2, Momentary Madness for Louise Bayou, a 4-year-old daughter of No in an Instant, out of the nice mare Sweet Sensation, 11 for 18. Number 3 is One Life to Live for Chris Barber, 7 for 13 lifetime. This one was 4th against Black Widow last year. Water break. Number 4 is Silver Jeans for Lori Hamill. This filly was 2nd, beaten ahead last year in the Stewards Cup. Since then, she has won the Grade 1 Era Stakes. Number 5 is Chaos Theory. Probably the best bred horse in the race for Xander Zone. 9 for 21 lifetime, already a $1.2 million earner. Number 6 is Especially Groovy. This is your winner of the 2-year-old Sprint Championship last year. She was unbeaten at 2. She was very special. This year, she's only won twice, but one of those was the Grade 1 Dancer Stakes for Art Cage. Number 7, The Big Party. This is a 4-year-old daughter of Challenge Accepted and Graces for Laura Ferguson, 12 for 18 lifetime. This filly is like one of those fillies, like she's earned $1.8 million, but she's doing it without a massive win. She was 2nd in this race last out. Number 8 is Shadow Force. I don't know, I like saying stuff like that. Donnie Hidalgo is the owner breeder. This filly is 9 for 11 lifetime. Wait, you ready for it? This is one of the best horses you've never heard of. Okay. Rounding out the field, number 9 is Care Package for Xander Zone. Walk Off Grand Slam is the sire, 11 for 18 lifetime, coming off 2 straight wins. That's your field, 30 seconds to post. They're in the gate. They're off in the Stewards Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. Shadow Force was 1 step slow, Especially Groovy stumbled. There goes Silver Jeans. Then One Life to Live. Here's Shadow Force moving between horses and especially groovy. And then Care Package on the outside. The Big Party and Chaos Theory. Then Black Widow and Momentary Madness is at the back of the field as they make that long run to the half-mile pole. It is Shadow Force. And she's opened up on them. She leads by 3. Over especially groovy. Then comes Silver Jeans. One Life to Live and Care Package, The Big Party, Momentary Madness, Black Widow, and Chaos Theory is at the back of the pack. It is Shadow Force who's leading them to the top of the stretch now, clear of Silver Jeans in second, then One Life to Live, The Big Party and especially groovy, Chaos Theory, Care Package, Momentary Madness, and Black Widow, and it is now Silver Jeans who takes over as Shadow Force tires. The Big Party up second, One Life to Live, and Chaos Theory. Silver Jeans, she's all out. The Big Party trying to go past her. Silver Jeans game though. Silver Jeans in the Big Party. It's Silver Jeans who holds on in the filly mare sprint by a neck. The Big Party was second, One Life to Live third, then Shadow Force and Chaos Theory. The official winner is Silver Jeans. She's a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Kinetic out of Some Me Time by Happy Times Ahead. She was bred by the Steward. Steward bred's making a bit of a comeback today. And is owned by Lori Hamill. Next up is the Turf Mile. We have a field of 15. Guys, I am dragging. I'm really struggling. I'm sorry. I don't know that I can talk about all of them. I'm going to try, though. Okay. Number 1 is Whisper Soft. Gary Pratt owns this $1 million purchase by Mickey, who's coming off 2 straight wins. Number 2 is Dangerously Close. Doug Como owns the 3-year-old son of Close to the Best, coming off a win in the Arcadia Turf Mile. Number 3 is Too Many Secrets. Danny Derby owns this one, a $3 million purchase by Duramente. Number 4 is Hounds. Amy Bahama owns the son of Red Ferns, who has only lost once in his career. Number 5, Backdrop of Color. Todd Wiseman owns this one. He won 3 in a row, but then was second last out in the Will Spring. Number 6 is Under Stars, who was the winner of the Stewards Cup Juvenile Turf last year by 5 1/4 lengths. Since then, he's reeled off another 5 wins, but he did lose the Irish 2000 Guineas by a nose. Number 7 is the very popular and beloved Pepperjack Boudin. Louise Bayou owns this one, a son of Maurice, who is 13 for 19 lifetime. Last year in this race, he was 4th. The year before that, he was 3rd. Number 8 is Charlie Brown for Danny Derby. 6-year-old son of Distant Dream, been second 9 times, which I find annoying. Number 9 is Go West for Lucas Davenport. This is a 7-year-old son of Run You Clever Boy. He has earned $1.2 million. Number 10 is Steal Your Heart for Jolene Danner. This son of Harden Your Heart won the Burns Memorial 2-back, which is a grade 1. Number 11 is Still Dancing for John Exet, a 5-year-old son of Shattered Dome, 5 for 18 lifetime. This guy's really turned it around this year. He's won 3 in a row, including the grade 1 Toronto Mile, but he lost behind Pepperjack Boudin last out. Number 12, Take the Mickey for Glenn Larson, a son of Tin Dog. Has run second in both of his last 2 starts. Number 13, also Glenn Larson's Make a Man, son of Rillian, who's cost $2.5 million, has earned back $1.5, was a winner over Backdrop of Color and Charlie Brown last out. Number 14, Looked Around Town for DM Henderson, son of Keep Us Close, who is 6 for 9 lifetime, and rounding out the field is a filly, Heart Beats Faster for Fana Arcadia, daughter of Redfern, 7 for 10 lifetime. That is your field. We still have 1 minute to go. Time for more water. It is post time for the Stewards Cup Turf Mile. Field of 15 set to go a mile because why wouldn't we have 15 runners? That's crazy talk. They're in the gate. They're off. Charlie Brown stumbled very badly at the start, but the rest were away okay. It is Whisper Soft along the rail who wants the lead. Whisper Soft going out there. Then Heart Beats Faster from way on the outside and Make a Man. Still dancing between horses and under stars than Pepperjack Boudin. Take the Mickey, Go West, and Dangerously Close. Looked around town. Backdrop of Color. Steal Your Heart. Too Many Secrets. Hounds. And then Charlie Brown. So it is the filly Heart Beats Faster dueling with Whisper Soft, and they're two clear of the rest. Make a Man third, then Under the Stars, just under stars. Still Dancing is fifth. Pepperjack Boudin sixth, the length to Take the Mickey, then Dangerously Close, Go West, Look Around Town, Backdrop of Color, Too Many Secrets, Steal Your Heart, Hounds, and Charlie Brown. It is still Whisper Soft dueling with Heart Beats Faster. That one getting a little bit tired, though. Here's Under Stars and Still Dancing. Those two put their heads in front. Pepperjack Boudin moves up fifth, then Dangerously Close and Make a Man. Looked Around Town as they go swinging into the stretch. Whisper Soft has led most of the way. Here's Still Dancing up alongside, then Under Stars. Pepperjack Boudin coming on now, then Heart Beats Faster. It is Under Stars who takes over. Still Dancing clinging to that one. Pepperjack Boudin right there too, then Whisper Soft. We're down to three. Under Stars and Pepperjack Boudin Still Dancing in between them. They're dueling to the wire. Still Dancing and Under Stars, then Pepperjack Boudin Still Dancing and Still Dancing in a mild upset in the Turf Mile. Under Stars second, Pepperjack Boudin third, Whisper Soft and Heart Beats Faster. The official winner is Still Dancing. He's a 5-year-old chestnut horse by Shatterdome out of Spin to the Stars by Do No Harm. This is a homebred for John Exet, who is 6 for 19 lifetime. Next up is the ladies' route. We have a field of 10. On the rail is number 1, Made to Be Mine for Lori Hamill, looking to make it 2 tonight. Number 2 is Forgotten Hopes, a Jack Meyer homebred by Man of Mystery. Number 3 is Whisper You Love Me, who won the Long Island Acorn earlier this year for Emily Mitchell, a homebred. Number 4, Chase Your Dreams for Louise Bayou, an even $1 million purchase by Through the Ghost. Number 5 is Rainbow Connection for Danny Derby by James Dean. Number 6 is Warwick Street, who's probably the best bred horse in this race, which is saying something, but she is out of Canadian Roses, and she's riding a 4-race win streak. Number 7, Hold On to Dreams for Tion Long by Hold Above out of a Saratoga mare, 5 for 16 lifetime. Number 8 is Aurora. This is a daughter of James Dean out of Once Upon a Dream, who won the Grade 1 Midsummer Oaks 2 back. Number 9 is Faith and Love for Carolyn Eaton, daughter of Circle of Life, 4 for 8 lifetime, coming off 3 straight wins. And rounding out the field, number 10 is Thurlestane for Cleopatra, who is having a bad night. And I only know that because she texted me, and I feel bad for her. I think her car broke down. 6 for 13 lifetime, but this one has won 2 in a row, and before that lost by a neck to Gypsy Avenger in the Beholder. That is your field in the Stewards Cup Ladies route. It is raining. It is gross. They're going a mile and a half. Guys, I'm not doing it. I'm only doing a half mile. Drop it. They've only got a half mile left to go now, and Whisper You Love Me has been dueling with Aurora the entire mile. Forgotten Hopes is third, then Warwick Street and Chase Your Dreams, Made to Be Mine and Hold On to Dreams, then Rainbow Connection, Faith and Love, and Thurlestane is at the back of the field as they straighten into the stretch, and Whisper You Love Me. Aurora now comes back at that one. Chase Your Dreams, it's Forgotten Hopes who takes over from them, though. Aurora and Whisper You Love Me, they're getting left behind Forgotten Hopes, who's now 2 lengths clear and opening up in the Stewards Cup Ladies route. Chase Your Dreams is fourth, then Hold On to Dreams and Faith and Love, but it is Forgotten Hopes for Jack Meyer, who's opened up and run away. Aurora and Whisper You Love Me battling for second and third. Chase Your Dreams fourth, Hold On to Dreams, but it was all about Forgotten Hopes today. The official winner is Forgotten Hopes, which I find to be like the saddest sim name ever. Don't forget your hopes. That's sad. She's a 5-year-old bay mare by Man of Mystery out of mandatory suicide, so that's a thing, by Just Victory. This is a homebred for Jack Meyer, who is 13 for 20 lifetime. I suspect she'll retire and go make pretty babies. Next up is the Stewards Cup Marathon. On the rail, we have Mr. Awesome. Let us all take a minute to remember our favorite marathon man, Scott Island. No longer with us, but always in our hearts. And definitely always around when we talk about pants. 9 for 20 lifetime on this 5-year-old son of Circle of Life. He won the Grade 2 New York Marathon 3-back. Number 2 is Hurricane Storm for Regina Moore. She paid $7 million for this half-brother to Heart of the Storm, and she cannot figure him out. Granted, he's earned $1 million and he's 10 for 23, but it's like, does he want to route? Does he want to go mile and a quarter? Does he actually want to do short? Like, she just keeps trying stuff with him because he's annoying. I guess that wasn't a ringing endorsement, but he makes me mad. Number 3 is Avada Kedavra. Let me tell you, spoiler alert, this Nina Olson homebred is probably my favorite incoming stallion. I'm very excited about this one. 13 for 22 lifetime for this Long Island Classic winner. This year, he's riding a 4-race win streak, including the Grade 1 Scott Island Memorial. Number 4 is Pope. Xander's own homebred, very well bred, but has not won in the last 2 years. Number 5 is Night Eyes for Cleopatra, a son of James Dean out of Bibliomania, who's out of Maryland Million. 8 for 21 lifetime. Last victory was the In Excelsis Stakes Week 9. Number 6 is the King. This is your Long Island Classic and Louisville Derby winner from last year. He ran in the Stewards Cup Classic last year and finished 4th. And Rebecca Rose Hepburn was like, well, he's a speed horse. He usually only wins when he can get to the lead or lay right off the pace. There's a ton of speed in this year's Stewards Cup Classic. And there's nothing wrong with this horse routing. He's by Iron Spirit, who wanted to route and out of an anointed mare. That's all fine. So she was like, I'm going to run him in the marathon, and then I'm going to retire. And everyone was like, you need to run in the Classic. And then she was like, I do what I want. And it was a whole thing. And then I was like, well, why are you retiring? Because she was like, I'm so sad he's going to retire. So I'm like, why are you retiring? And she's like, I don't know the answer to that. And I'm like, well, you want to run him, right? And she's like, yes. I'm like, okay. And then she was like, okay, I'm going to retire if he wins, and I'm going to run him if he doesn't win. And I'm pretty sure last I heard he's just running. So don't save mares for him, is the moral of that story. Number 7 is Deal Breaker for Lucas Davenport. This is a son of Heart of the Storm. 5 for 24 lifetime. Last win was a classified allowance, week 7, but it was in the mud. Number 8 is Knight. This is a son of Tahoe for Lucas Davenport. I do believe he bought this one as a stallion prospect. This guy is 7 now, but he's very well bred, coming off 2 straight wins. Number 9, and rounding out the field, another very well-bred horse is Phoenix Argyle. I'm excited for this one retiring, but I don't trust Danny Derby to actually retire him. He's going for his 10th win. He's already earned $2 million. He was 7th in the Stewards Cup Classic last year, coming off a win in the Old Man Marathon. That is your field for the Stewards Cup Marathon. They're going 2 miles. I'm going to call the last half mile, and I'm going to do it in 1 minute. They're at the half mile pole. Sorry. And it is the king who still leads by 2 lengths. He has led every step of the way so far. It is Avada Kedavra trying to get closer to him now. Phoenix Argyle is third. Then comes Mr. Awesome, his stablemate on the rail. Hurricane Storm, Pope, Night Eyes, and Dealbreaker is at the back of the pack as they turn into the stretch. And the king, he's opened up 3 lengths now, 4. Phoenix Argyle and Avada Kedavra, those two dueling. Here's Night Eyes, Hurricane Storm, but the king, he's 6. Now he's 7 lengths clear in the marathon, and the king was absolutely not threatened at all today, and he's found a home here. The king is 8 lengths clear in the marathon. Phoenix Argyle, Avada Kedavra, and Night Eyes, and Hurricane Storm, but there was no catching Speedster the king today. The official winner was the king. He's a 4-year-old dark bay colt by Iron Spirit out of Sage by Anointed. This is a homebred for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, who is not in the chat, but she is listening on YouTube like many people are. Congratulations to her. Next up, oh my gosh, guys, we're down to 3 races. 3 races. Woot, 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 woot. Now, you guys made fun of me in that forum thread that I always complain about horses not being here. Well, this year's Louisville Oaks winner, The Sky is Blue, is not in the Stewards Cup Distaff. And I was like, what up with that? I hadn't even said it out loud. I was thinking it in my head. And Steven Saratoga texted me, and he was like, I just want you to know The Sky is Blue is not in that race because I'm aiming for the Pegasus against the boys with her, and I didn't want to make her tired. And then I was like, best plan ever, and I loved it, and that's why she's not here. So I'll allow it. So we have a field of 15. That's a lot. They're going 1.125 miles for $2 million, and on the rail is How Sweet It Is to Be Something, Yeah. Izzy Rafferty, homebred by James Dean, 9 for 15 lifetime, coming off of 3 straight victories. Number 2 is High Maintenance. Of course, Izzy Rafferty and Louise Bayou draw right next to each other. This is a 3-year-old daughter of Conqueror out of the excellent mare Niagara Falls, 6 for 8 lifetime. Holla, I want to be in line for a full from this thing. Number 3 is Red Rose. Red Rose is ridiculous. Last year, she won the Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies for Danny Derby. Then she proceeded to lose 3 straight races like a jerk. She did come back to win the Grade 1 Saratoga Oaks. I don't know why Danny didn't just retire her on the spot, because unless she wins this today, then she's just obnoxious. Number 4 is Danny's other horse, and that is Bella Notte. This is the daughter of Happy This Way and Wish Upon a Star, 5 for 10 lifetime. She did win a Grade 1 last out. Yeah, she's a multiple Grade 1 winner out of Wish Upon a Star. She's probably retiring tonight. Number 5 is Happy to Love You for Pete Vella. I love this female family. She's out of See You Sometime. This is a daughter of Happy This Way. 6 for 16 lifetime. Never been worse than, that's a lie. Once been worse than third. But that was a long time ago. She is a Grade 1 winner this year. Number 6 is Puffin. Laura Ferguson, homebred by Happy This Way out of Penguin, coming off of a win in the Faith Unwavering Stakes 2 back. Number 7 is Hakuja. This is the half-sister to the People's Horse, I think. A $12.5 million purchase. She was a Grade 1 winner last out. Number 8 is Gypsy Avenger. Pete Vella owns this one, a $3.5 million of Conqueror. She's 8 for 15 lifetime. She did win 2 Grade 1s earlier this year. Number 9 is Bedtime. That sounds nice. This is your Louisville Oaks winner from last year for Nina Olson, a homebred. This year she has won 3 in a row and 4 of her last 5 starts. Last year she was 4th in this race. Number 10 for John Exet, trying to win 2 tonight, is Loquacious Type. 7 for 13 lifetime. This filly did win 3 in a row earlier this year. Was 3rd last out. Number 11 is John's second horse, and that is Big B, a daughter of Commanding, a 4 for 14 record coming off a win in the Ohio Distaff. Number 12 is Famitsu for Danny Derby. This is one of the better bred horses in this race. She's by Blue Bayou out of Work of Art, who's a really nicely bred mare, but only 3 for 8 lifetime with 5 second place finishes. Number 13 is Count the Ways. Cleopatra Homebred by All of Time out of UR Special, 3 for 8, and coming off a win in the Grade 2 Giant Risk. Number 14, Surreal for Jack Meyer by Guide You Home, 3 for 8, and rounding out the field is Jack's second horse, Halls of Eternity. She won the Grade 1 Baltimore Oaks, 3 back. That is your field, and frankly, it is post time. They're off in the Steward's Cup Distaff. Count the Ways was one step slow. Bedtime, and she wants the lead bad. She goes out running with high maintenance along the inside, then Happy to Love You, Red Rose and Bella Notte, then Big B on the outside, and Surreal even wider. Count the Ways and Puffin, How Sweet It Is, Gypsy Avenger, Famitsu, Halls of Eternity, Loquacious Type, and Hakuja's at the back of the pack. So it is Bedtime, who's winging early, 2 lengths clear of high maintenance. Happy to Love You and Red Rose, then Bella Notte and Big B. Surreal, Count the Ways and Puffin, then How Sweet It Is, Gypsy Avenger, Famitsu, Halls of Eternity, Loquacious Type, and Hakuja at the back. It is Bedtime who takes him up to the half-mile pole, a length clear of Red Rose, who's moved up now into second. Her stablemate Bella Notte there third, then High Maintenance, Big B, Gypsy Avenger moving up between horses now. Famitsu coming on, Count the Ways and Surreal, and Bedtime has set it up for the closers, and here they come. Red Rose is the first to take over. Her stablemate Famitsu. Here's Gypsy Avenger coming down the middle of the track, then Bella Notte and Bedtime, Big B. It is Gypsy Avenger who takes over from Famitsu, Red Rose, then Bella Notte, and Gypsy Avenger finds the line in the Stewards Cup Distaff over the 3 Danny Derby runners, Famitsu, Red Rose, Bella Notte, second, third, and fourth, then Bedtime fifth, Big B, Halls of Eternity, and Count the Ways. The official winner is Gypsy Avenger. She's a 4-year-old Dark Bay filly by Conqueror, out of Time Stand Still by Keep Your Promise. She was bred by the Steward and is owned by Pete Vella, 9 for 16 lifetime. Next up is the Turf. I'm so tired, you guys. On the rail, we have Convince Me. This is a 6-year-old son of Yasiel, a homebred for Stormy Peak, 10 for 25 lifetime. Next up is Brilliance for Kane Saracen. I love this guy. He was third in the Arc last out. Before that, he won 3 straight Grade 1 races, all over in London. Last year, he was fourth in this race. Number 3 is Obsidian Fury. Cleopatra owns this one, a son of Time Limit, who cost $4.7 million. 9 for 14 lifetime. He is a 4-time graded stakes winner this year, 5th in this race last year. Number 4 is Lights Down, a son of Turf winner, Quieter Time. 4 for 8 lifetime. This guy is a Grade 1 winner this year for John Xset. Number 5 is Greatest Showman. He was second in this race last year behind Like Diamonds. This year, he's been a little bit annoying. He was third in the Pellegrini, second in the Kentucky Crown Turf. He did win the Morse Racing route, and Deputy Governor is not here, which always helps things. Number 6 is Hard Case for Kane Saracen, the second horse. This one's a homebred, 4 for 14 lifetime with 7 second place finishes. Number 7 is your defending champion, and that is Like Diamonds. I really thought this horse would retire last year. He ended up not for Glenn Larson. This year, he has won 2 more races, including the Grade 1 King George. He was 4th in the Arc last out. Number 8 is Silver Tabby Cat for Brian Levitt, a homebred by Silver Band, 6 for 13 lifetime, won the Grade 1 Everest last out. Rounding out the field is the mare Love of All Time for Jerry Hardy, a daughter of Two-Tone, 14 for 19 lifetime, coming off of a Grade 1 win over the males. And that is your field for the Stewards Cup Turf. 1 minute to go. It is post time. Field of 9, set to go, 1.5 miles on the grass. They're off. Great start. Brilliance is going to show speed today. Here's the mare on the outside, Love of All Time. Then it's Hard Case and Convince Me on the rail. Greatest Showman and Obsidian Fury, Silver Tabby Cat, Like Diamonds, and Lights Down's at the back of the pack. It is Brilliance leading over Love of All Time. Those two a length clear of Hard Case. Then comes Convince Me and Greatest Showman, Obsidian Fury, and Silver Tabby Cat. Then Like Diamonds and Lights Down. Brilliance now is shaking clear on the front end. He's 2 lengths ahead of Love of All Time. Hard Case sits third, then Convince Me. Another length and some back to Greatest Showman, then 2 back to Obsidian Fury, 3 to Silver Tabby Cat, 4 to Like Diamonds, and 5 to Lights Down. So it is Brilliance, Love of All Time, Hard Case, Convince Me, and Greatest Showman, then Obsidian Fury, Silver Tabby Cat, and they've come past the 3 furlong marker. Brilliance, he now leads by 3. They're trying to get to him. Love of All Time is done. Here's Greatest Showman up in the second. Hard Case, Obsidian Fury coming on, and Like Diamonds from the back of the pack, then Silver Tabby Cat. Brilliance leading down the stretch, but Greatest Showman is the danger, trying to get past him. Obsidian Fury and Like Diamonds. Brilliance all out. Greatest Showman motoring though, and Greatest Showman's putting on a display. Greatest Showman pulls clear in the Stewards Cup turf, and he's going to run away to win it over Brilliance, Obsidian Fury third, Like Diamonds, and Love of All Time. The official winner is Greatest Showman. He's a 4-year-old bay colt by Reddington out of Kiss Me Here by Anywhere But Here. He was bred by the Steward and is owned by Louise Bayou. He is now 9 for 16 lifetime. Deputy Governor was going to go in the mile, then he was vetting badly, and now she wants the Pegasus, and so he's just not anywhere, is how that story's going. Next up is the last race of the night. It is the Stewards Cup Classic. We have 15 horses in here, and they are some pretty darn nice horses. On the rail is Fancy Shoes, the very popular Louisville Derby winner, owned by Keith Maidlow, a son of Happy This Way, who's seeking his 10th win. He's already earned $6 million. Number 2 is this year's Desert World Cup winner, A Million Dreams, for the Black Type LLC, who I messaged earlier and asked if he was retiring because I have a couple really nice mares. I don't know if they're going to let me breed to him, but I would be happy to do that. Man, I just saw Mr. Wonderful defeated this horse last out, and Eric went MIA again, and that makes me really sad because Mr. Wonderful would have been one of the favorites in here, and that would have been cool. Number 3 is your defending champion, and that is last year's mild upset winner, Bregman, for Louise Bayou, looking to make it 2 in a row for the son of After the Disco, meaning he would win 2 in a row, she would win 2 in a row. You get it. 11 for 21 lifetime. Number 4 is Wolfguard for Emily Mitchell. 3-year-old son of Tahoe, a homebred. This guy won the Garden State Invitational 2-back. He was 3rd in the Louisville Derby earlier this year. Number 5 is Giant for Cleopatra, 2nd in this race by a neck last year. Since then, he won the Grade 1 Gladiator and won the Grade 1 Oceanside Classic for the son of James Dean. Number 6 is Dave Matthews Band. You may recall John Exett and Tim Matthews with their rivalry with Dave Matthews Band and Man in Motion. That battle/rivalry gets renewed today. Dave Matthews Band is 8 for 10 lifetime, never been worse than 3rd. Number 7, Rebel with a Cause, Cleopatra, son of James Dean and the great mare Skyfall. This guy costs $9.6 million. He's only earned back 1.7 because he's a bit of a slacker, but he is a multiple graded stakes winner. Number 8 is Merlin for Danny Derby. This is another one I'm excited about retiring. A son of Doctor out of a Man of Mystery mare for Elise Peverell. 8 for 16 lifetime. He's coming off a victory in the Long Island Gold Cup. Number 9 is Story Unchanged, who was your Baltimore Crown winner 2 years ago. Since then, this guy's mostly been kept at short distances, but he goes long today because the Seek Thrills is worth a lot less money and was really, really scary. 9 for 17 lifetime. Number 10 is Avatar. Regina Moore owns this son of Alon C. 4 for 9 lifetime. He's got a big one with his name on it. He has not yet won since week 3 of this year, but he's been running against the very best. Number 11 is your Louisville Derby winner, and that is Man in Motion. I almost said Tim Matthews. Also counts. 3-year-old son of Man of Mystery, who was 4 for 10 lifetime. He's earned $1.7 million since that Louisville Derby win. He was 5th in the Baltimore Crown. That was expected. 2nd in the Long Island Classic to Kingslayer. Where's Kingslayer? Where's Kingslayer? He's not in here, is he? Where is he? And then he was 3rd in the Midsummer Classic. Number 12 is the Prince of Fools for Andrew James. This guy was 4th in the Stewards Cup Juvenile last year. He did win the Golden State Classic last out. Number 13 is Avenger. Do not confuse Avenger with Avatar. Avenger did win the Canadian Triple Crown earlier this year and then came right back to take the Awesome Derby on the dirt. This guy has won 4 of his last four starts. Okay, I'm getting a little bit tired. A seven-time winner out of 11 starts. I'm going to just move on. Number 14, Carthay Circle for Danny Derby. This is the half-brother to Red Rose. Maybe full brother? Hard to know. 4 for 14. This guy is your winner of the Pegasus earlier this year. And rounding out the field is number 15, Ketchikan. Last year he was 6th in this race. He is a multiple Grade 1 winner. This year alone he won 2, the Arcadia Million and the Inglewood Gold Cup. That is your field for the Stewards Cup Classic. Gonna give you one more minute to bet on it. The betting pool's so big. I love it. Guys, I'm so excited with you guys right now. Betting pool closes at $165,000. We have a field of 15 set to go in the 53rd Stewards Cup Classic. They're off. It was an absolutely perfect start for all 15 runners. From between horses, there goes Giant, joined by Man in Motion. Then comes Bregman, A Million Dreams and Wolfguard, The Prince of Fools and Ketchikan. Then comes Story Unchanged and Fancy Shoes on the Rail. Dave Matthews Band between runners, Rebel with a Cause. Then comes Merlin, Avatar, Carthay Circle, and Avenger is at the back of the pack. It is Giant who leads them under the wire the first time. Man in Motion alongside those two dueling with Bregman. Then A Million Dreams and Wolfguard, The Prince of Fools and Ketchikan. Story Unchanged, Fancy Shoes, Dave Matthews Band. Rebel with a Cause, then Merlin, Avatar, Carthay Circle, and Avenger is at the back. And they've got 6 furlongs left to run in the Stewards Cup Classic. It is Giant leading a half to Man in Motion. Those two have settled down now, though. They're 2 clear of A Million Dreams. Here's Bregman, the defending champion, in 4th. Wolfguard 5th, then Ketchikan. The Prince of Fools, Story Unchanged, and Fancy Shoes. Dave Matthews Band is in 10th early. Avatar, Rebel with a Cause, and Merlin. Carthay Circle, then Avenger, and they're passing the half-mile pole. Giant, he now leads by a length and some. Man in Motion trying to get to him, then A Million Dreams. Bregman, Dave Matthews Band, he's moving up between horses. He's 6th, now 5th over Fancy Shoes, who chases that one. Wolfguard, Avatar, Merlin, Carthay Circle, Ketchikan, and then Story Unchanged. And they're coming down the stretch in the Classic, and Giant has led every step of the way. Man in Motion and Dave Matthews Band is the danger. These 3 are clear of Avatar, Merlin, and Fancy Shoes, then A Million Dreams. It's Giant, and he's trying to hold on. He's desperate. Dave Matthews Band trying to get past him. Man in Motion, Giant, Dave Matthews Band, and Giant holds on in the Stewards Cup Classic. Dave Matthews Band 2nd, Man in Motion 3rd, then Avatar and Merlin. The official winner is Giant. He's a 4-year-old bay colt by James Dean out of Metaphysical by Stay Inside. He is a homebred for Cleopatra and is 9 for 17 lifetime. I got that text from Cleo that I was telling you guys earlier about where she was like, I'm stuck on the side of the road trying not to lose my wages because my car died and I'm going to cry. And I was like, okay, but in like an hour, things are going to get way better for you. I mean, it doesn't really work. It's not real, but it feels real, right? Tim, your horse finished third. I am looking forward to the Dave Matthews Band Man in Motion rematches next year. If that's a thing, Dave Matthews Band might be retiring. John, you want to shed some light on that situation? Because I would appreciate that info. Guys, I'm so done. That was 95 Stewards Cup races. And don't forget that tomorrow we're launching new stuff on the sim. It's coming at 2 p.m. Pacific, so look for it about 2:30 p.m. Pacific. I love you all. Happy year 53. Don't forget foals are due in 1 week. I'll be in the chat a lot next week complaining about having to breed my 200 mares. So, farewell, everybody. Happy racing.